Hey guys, so I was talking to my friend Tara and she filmed a Q&A on her roof and I was like, oh geez, when was the last time that I actually did a Q&A? And I realized that it's been forever, like since I first started my channel. So I was like, alright, I think it's time to do another one. If you guys want to go check out Tara, I'll leave her linked in the description below. Her YouTube name is Tarmars, so that's pretty easy to remember, especially I think it's pretty cool because we both are really into space, so I'm like, yeah, Tarmars, you're my Mars bar. I posted on Snapchat originally that I was going to do a Q&A and I got like 5 snaps and I was like, oh god, this is like a total bust. And then I posted on Instagram and I literally have like 1,000 comments and I'm like panicking slightly because I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I going to choose? So I apologize if I do not put your comment in the video. There are so many comments and I'm going to go through like a ton of them and just like try to fire off as many as I can. If you find that your question is not in the video, it might be in the last Q&A, but if it's not, next Q&A I have, just ask the question again and it might get answered. Without further awkward talking or ado, I'm going to get into the questions. Also, I will link my shirt and my lipstick in the description below if you guys are interested in it. The shirt I got sent and they sent me like too small of a size, but I still really like it, so I'm still wearing it. So it's a little bit smaller on me than it like is supposed to be, but oh well. I literally have so many comments. Panic attacking right now. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So I got a ton of questions, about my workout routine. Literally what I do is I'll do like half an hour of cardio, and that's like elliptical or run walks, which are like intervals, short intervals of running and walking. And I also have a trainer. His name is Mark Gordon. I'll leave his website linked below if any of you guys want to check it out. I think he has like some exercises on his website, and if you're interested in training with him, I think he only trains people like within the New York area for obvious reasons. And also it is something that I can write off of my taxes, so that is something to keep in mind if any of you guys look into it. Okay, Kawaii Mekiyu, K-E-Y-U. I'm horrible at pronunciation. I apologize. So she asked, what's your favorite high-end and drugstore foundation? My favorite high-end foundation is the NARS Tinted Moisturizer. It is just like the best tinted moisturizer I think for my skin type. I don't break out with it, and a lot of tinted moisturizers I tend to break out with it. I'm sure it has something to do with like some ingredient that's in it, but that is my favorite high-end. And then drugstore, I had to like run and go get it. It is the Dream Velvet Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation, and I am the color 60 Sandy Beige. I absolutely love this. It is like sort of a moussey texture, but I feel like it goes on very soft on your face. Stephanie with 3 E's period S asked, what is your biggest fear? Seriously, my biggest fear is drowning, falling off of something really high, and also jellyfish. Like, those are the 3 absolute biggest fears I have in my entire life, especially drowning. Like, for whatever reason, almost can feel like I've experienced the feeling of drowning before, like the experience of water flooding my lungs, even though I have never in this lifetime experienced that. The most horrific fear for me. And of course I'm going scuba diving. Like, when this video goes up, I will probably be doing like my scuba in the pool certifying courses, so that will be kind of interesting to see how that goes, but fingers crossed that it all goes smoothly because I'm super excited to see all the fish and stuff. Anna BXLZ asks, what is your all-time favorite makeup product? I would have to say it's the YSL volume something mascara. It's the burgundy mascara that I use in a few of my videos, and I'll leave it linked below if you guys want to check it out, but it is just like my all-time favorite product, especially for blue eyes. And since mine are a little bit blue-gray, I like to have the burgundy to sort of contrast and make my blue eyes pop, and I just absolutely love it. If I only had to wear one thing on my face, it would be that, maybe brows, but I don't have like a brow product I absolutely love. I switch off through a few. Ella Snyder asked, is there somewhere you have never traveled for modeling that you would really like to go? I really want to go to Greece. I think Greece is absolutely beautiful. Also Hawaii, Aruba, Japan, Australia, Iceland to see the northern lights. So many places. There's so much to like explore and see. I'm just super hoping that I get to. That's not even words. Okay, Jessica, what are we doing here? Olivia with 3 R's and then a 3 asked, why do you like pigeons so much? Any background story? So when I moved to New York, I went from living and growing up with a lot of birds and a dog to having no animals, and so the pigeons that lived outside of my apartment were almost like my surrogate animals. And I realized then that I had used the animals that I grew up with sort of as anxiety relief or to help myself with anxiety, and so I sort of replaced those parrots with the pigeons that lived outside of my window. And also because one of my parrots has these sort of like beady orange eyes, and pigeons have those same beady orange eyes, so when I look into a pigeon's eyes, I sort of see the same soul as I see in my parrot. And so I look at them as being just as alive and having just as much of a soul as that bond that I have with my parrot. And I look at him as being more kind and more loving than probably any human I know, which sounds kind of weird, but they just have such big hearts and big souls and are so committed. And like once they've bonded with you, that's it. There's no like, they love you no matter what. So I'm not saying like birds are the most amazing pets ever. They are a lot of hard work. A lot of hard work, which is why I don't have them with me in New York, because I just couldn't do it right now. There's a lot of questions on how I started modeling and some modeling type questions, and I believe I've answered a few of those in a video that I've already done, and I'll leave it linked below, and it is how I started modeling. I forget what I actually titled it, but I'll leave it linked below. Okay, Stylish Wishes asked, what is the best piece of advice you have been given? And this is actually from my trainer, and I use this as an Instagram caption, and it is, the only person that you have to impress is yourself. And I think that is just a very powerful quote. I got a lot of how tall are you? I'm 5'9½". Okay, Charlene Goldstein asked, what were you like at 16? I was so awkward. I didn't have a sweet 16 because I didn't have enough friends to have a sweet 16 or like a 16th birthday party. So that just tells you something. Sammy with 2 eyes Aton asked, who is your celebrity crush? And this is like, I've always been like, oh, Chris Hemsworth, because he's like the easy one, you know, everyone knows who he is. But lately, I've been watching that show, Lucifer, and that guy he's pretty cute. I'm like pretty into him. He's like, hey. Maybe it's just because he's like Lucifer and I'm like the devil worshiper. I'm kidding. I'm not a devil worshiper. But I think that, I don't know. Great joke, Jessica. Ha ha ha. LX_SX_XX asked, first boyfriend and age. And my first boyfriend, I was 17, and I'm not going to name any names, but I was 17. SMN Thibit. I'm so bad. Cause see, I don't know how to actually like put a picture of something on video, so I'm like just trying to read out the names, but some of you guys' Instagram names are killing me. I'm like, I'm sorry, I wish I could pronounce this. So she asked, what's your food guilty pleasure? And I'd have to say it's the Hawaiian Sweet Maui onion rings. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, you know how just addicting they are. They're so good. And I can literally sit there and like eat a whole bag and then see like the second bag that I bought, because I always buy 2 bags. See the second bag I bought and I'm like, oh, I want to do it, but I don't. But they're so good. I got a ton of questions about my glasses too, which I was kind of surprised about. Those of you who follow me on Instagram, I've been posting them there, but I don't think I've actually put them in a video yet. Yeah, so these are the frames. They're the Warby Parker Jennings frames, and I don't wear them for like obvious reasons, but they are real prescription glasses. One of them is a 125 and then a 175, and I'm not sure actually which one it is. But I also have an astigmatism in one of my eyes, which I also forget which one it is. But they are a super wide frame, so if you have a petite face or more petite bone structure, they might not work for you. I just have like a melon head, so I love them. AX.HS asked, are you a fan of Harry Potter? Yes. Eunice.xoxo asked, what would you say is the best thing about your modeling career? Love from Ireland. Oh, I want to go to Ireland so bad. I would have to say the best thing about my modeling career, the thing that I like love the most, is how many new people I get to meet. Because a lot of jobs, I feel like, you know, you're sort of in an office, you see the same people, you're around the same people, but with me, every day I go into a casting or every day I go into work, it's new people, new experiences, new mindsets, and it's just very interesting to sort of move in and out of people's lives and just experience new people constantly. And I've made some really, really amazing friends just from working with people for a few days. Christina Mickelson asked, favorite place that you've traveled so far? I would have to say this was for a shoot a while ago when I first-ish moved to New York, and it was a shoot in Aspen, and I stayed in the Snowmass Village in Aspen, and it was just like this beautiful lodge up on the mountain sort of, and then you drove down into like the little town, and then we drove up into the mountains super early in the morning. The sun was still rising, and it was just like the absolutely most amazing thing I had ever seen. It looked fake, the skyline looked painted because there was just always like a mountain and these like cliffs and trees, and it was so stunningly beautiful. Sophia Alora asked, do you have any regret, and if so, what's that regret? So I made this a point when I was a lot younger to sort of never have a regret. You know, even if I do something really stupid, and I've done stupid things in the past, I've done mean things in the past, but I've taken them and I've learned from them rather than just letting them fester inside me and regret them. And I've been like, alright, well, I never want to be mean again like that, and I never want to do this again, so I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to learn from my mistakes, and I'm not going to regret anything, because everything happens for a reason. You do everything for a reason, and it's all sort of to make you learn as a person and become a better version of yourself. Ali MRZ asked, do you have any siblings? I have a little brother, Andrew, and he's the bomb. Do people say that anymore? I don't know, but I just did because it's Andrew. Dana_Sultan_ asked, favorite healthy snack? Watermelon. I love watermelon. I don't eat it that much, but I love it. And also the juice pressed mango is so good. Madeline Rios asked, favorite shows at the moment? I was waiting for this question. Rick and Morty, Gravity Falls, which I'm so sad is over, and Rick and Morty, I can like not wait for it to come back on. I'm dying. I would like ranted about this in my last video, but I've literally watched all the episodes so many times, and I'm just like fingers crossed waiting for it to come back out. And then I also watch Another Period on Hulu, and I think that is hilarious. Oh, A.E. Eaton asked, what is your best relationship advice? So this is a fun one. My best relationship advice is be yourself, and if the person is not liking or not responding to you being yourself, do not try to be what you think that person wants, because if it turns out you're pretending to be something that this person wants, and they're like, oh yeah, I like that, but then as soon as you get comfortable, you start being yourself again, you're gonna get your heart broken. So it's best to just be yourself, and trust me, someone will love you unconditionally for yourself. You are not going to have to try to be anything for them. And also, if something is not good, don't just sit there and wait for it to change. Either end it or give it a time period to change, and if it doesn't change and you're unhappy, get out of it. Okay, I have to put this one in because I think it's just so cute. Jessica Clements fan page. After getting, first of all, you are so sweet, but the question was, after getting a major modeling campaign like your work with Aerie and Bandier, have you felt like your life has changed? I love you. P.S. It's my birthday. Happy birthday. No, I don't think my life has changed. If it was something that like catapulted me to the point where I was in tabloids constantly, I would definitely feel like there was a huge change, and that would be kind of scary, honestly. But I like to say like, things are still pretty normal, you know what I mean? Hi, Helen Am asked, what was your favorite role to dance in the Nutcracker? Spanish, of course. Ooh, Christina Myers asked, what's a movie you think everyone should watch? Cloud Atlas. It's one of my absolute favorite movies. I think it is just amazing and thought-provoking, and it is so good. You have to watch it. It made me cry so much the first time I watched it though. Alright, one last question because my camera is seriously about to die, and I've been filming for so long because there's so many questions. I don't know how many of them are going to make it in, but we're going to see. So the last question is by Valentine_Doan. Doan, I don't know, I'm sorry. I'm horrible at names. I'm always horrible at names. What inspired you to go vegetarian? So when I went to Costa Rica in like March or April, around that time period, I almost didn't eat any meat. It was basically like fruits and vegetables and beans and rice, and I had like fish twice for like the 10 days or however many days I was there. And then I came back to the States and I ate meat again and I got really sick, so I was like, alright, this is a sign. I'm just going to like start cutting meat out gradually, and I like to be pretty fluid with it if I don't have any other options. But if I can, I just try to not eat it because it does sort of like mess with my digestive system, and also I do feel bad for the animals. So that is it. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this Q&A. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment below, and if you're not already, please hit that subscribe button because it's always greatly appreciated, and I'll see you guys in my next video.